Alright. So, one day, in the land of Westeros, lived the Stark and the Stark children. The Stark children being Jon Snow, the bastard son, Robb Stark, the eldest, Arya Stark, the youngest girl, Bran Stark, the youngest boy, Sansa Stark, the little crybaby, and that other Stark kid, Rico. So, Rico is in the field with Bran Stark, and Bran Stark is teaching Rico how to shoot a bow and arrow. Rico grabs the bow and grabs an arrow and plucks it back. Bran Stark says, "Hey, Rico, no. That's not how you do it." Bran grabs the bow, but realizes that he's a cripple and has no arms. So, Rico says, "Bran, baby, stop it. I know what I'm doing. I'm 17 years old." So Bran gives up and lets Rico continue. Later that same day, King Joffrey, king of the Seven Kingdoms and the Lord of the Andals and the First Men, arrives in Winterfell. He says, Ned Stark, father of my father, and king of the North." Ned Stark says, Joffrey, Lord King, what brings you to my humble Winterfell? Joffrey says, trouble. Jan Arryn is dead. Ned Stark says, "Oh, that is truly sad. He was like my dad." Joffrey says, "I know. I brought my dad too. Here he is. Robert Baratheon, the actual king." Robert Baratheon comes out of his chariot. He says, "Hello, Ned Stark. It's been a long time since king." Ned Stark says, "Yes." Catelyn Stark, Ned Stark's wife, comes out, hugs Robert Baratheon, and kisses him on the lips. Ned Stark is both aroused and confused. Later that day, on the other side of the world, on Easteros, the Khaleesi is born, ready for her dragons. Her dragons being 1, fire breath, 2, long teeth, 3, third dragon name. Lord Friendzone walks in. He comes from Westeros, but you don't know that yet. So, let's go back to Westeros. Up at the north, Jon Snow decides to go to the Night's Watch, where the night is always, and they must watch it. So, Jon Snow is there. And a new man comes to the well. Sam, his best friend from old. He says, "Sam, what are you doing here at the well?" Sam says, Jon Snow, it's been a long time." Jon Snow replies, "Yes, it has." They hug and then return to the well to watch the night. Back at Winterfell, Ned Stark is confused. He does not understand why Joffrey has come to Winterfell. His true intentions are not unknown yet.
Accent switch.
So, Jon Snow goes back to Winterfell to tell his dad the true intentions of the Lannisters and the Baratheons. The Lannisters are plotting a trap to kill everybody in the Seven Kingdoms, including Ned Stark, King in the North, and Lord of the North realms. Ned Stark sits by a tree for a little bit and prays to the old gods, but not the new, because he is one of the first men, as are all the Starks. So, Rabbit Baratheon tells Ned Stark he needs his help and asks him to be Hand of the King. Ned Stark agrees and says, "Okay, Rabbit Baratheon, I'll be your hand." Rabbit Baratheon is pleased and says, "Okay, back to Lannister Town." Ned Stark gets his stuff and goes to Lannister Town with his two daughters, Sansa and Arya. Arya doesn't like being a girl, so she tries to be a boy, but everyone tells her to stop, so she does for a little. But we'll touch on that later. So, in Lannister Town, Ned Stark meets more characters, such as Varys, humble man with no balls, also bald. Very sneaky man. He also meets Littlefinger, a man who loves Ned Stark's wife. Littlefinger says, Ned Stark, how you be?" Ned Stark replies, Littlefinger, my wife is fine." Littlefinger says, good.
That wasn't the question.
So, Littlefinger says, "Ned Stark, do not trust me." Ned Stark says, "Okay," and completely forgets the entire situation. Ned Stark goes back to writing papers for Rabbit Baratheon because Rabbit Baratheon decides to go out on a hunt. Rabbit Baratheon returns from the hunt dead. Ned Stark goes to Joffrey and says, "Your dad is dead, Joffrey. What happens now?" Joffrey says, "Oh, my dad is dead. I must become the king that I once
thought
was."
He was already king. What?
So Joffrey says, "Time to take up my king throne again. Once more for my kingdom, Lannister Kingdom." Joffrey becomes king of Lannister Kingdom once more, and will rule for many years until... the end of chapter 1.
No, I need more. Give me a preview.
Preview for next chapter of A Song of Icenfir. Joffrey, my son, I return. Dad, it is you, the one true king. Yes, it is I. Too bad this preview is not real. Bum 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 bum. That's it. Cut the tape. It's over. It's done. That's it. That's the end. That's the end of chapter 1. Goodbye. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.